The Assassin's Creed franchise is about the pivotal moment in history, the moments that really change history forever. The first game was about the religions and the religious wars, and the meeting of those civilizations in the Middle East. So we continue scanning history and found out that the next real pivotal period is the Italian Renaissance. In like 30 years, end of 15th century Italy, very small place, you've got all those, geniuses living all together, knowing each other, and changing the world forever. They invented banking, new way of doing politics, of course, a lot of in the art domain, and all this was very interesting for us as a background. And also as a cast of characters. You've got in Italy, end of 15th century, the best possible cast of characters you can dream of. And of course, you've got the most beautiful cities in the world as well. So it was the perfect setting for an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, I think like you're touching something interesting. I think like in AC1, like the cities were very well perceived by players. It was like amazing, good-looking things, and you could like free run everywhere. It was very exciting. When we do like the Assassin 2, we challenge ourselves and try to say how can we do better than that. And it's typically, in terms of production, it's typically like an area where art meets gameplay. That we really need to find, like the proper balance. So art-wise, you feel deep and it's very rich, but also in terms of gameplay, you still have lots of fun doing that. And like we added lots of like what we call modules. So like the various buildings are different modules, and we have far more variety of modules. So you have far more variety of shapes and sizes and angles from one building to another. So we try to add more of this, but every time you want this to respect all the level design and game design rules. So it's a big work, and it's a big undertaking for the team. I think it's pretty nice. Like for example, talking about the Duomo, for example, in Florence is one of the biggest building. It's a church actually that we have. It is the biggest building that we have done in the Assassin's Creed game, and it's just like huge. The level of detail is amazing. When you are climbing there, you really see all like the sculpture and all like the textures are really nice, and when you go on top of it, like which is pretty high, I don't know if you have done that this morning, but you have like a sense of the city. You see the whole city, and it's just like huge. It's really impressive, and but still you can go on top of it. So it looks good, but you can also play with it. So, but it's a big challenge for a development team for sure to really merge both together. The level design team, what they do is they want the city as a whole to be accessible. So for sure, sometimes this wall you won't have any catch, so you'll see pretty fast when you are running towards it that you don't have any ledges to climb. So it is the player who needs to learn those type of signs. Okay. The same way, if you have like a wooden board on top, more likely it will take you, like our balcony, it will take you more time to go on top of it, even if we sped up all the animations, etc. But roughly the city should be accessible everywhere. What we do is that, for all the landmarks and specific places on which high points, like all those like viewpoints, that you have on cities, we wanted to add like more variety in comparison to what we had in AC1. In AC1, you were like going straight forward, and the Assassin was going straight forward, and it was already a great technical achievement and gameplay excitement to do that. But what we did is that we added more like variety in the puzzles to go on top of those viewpoints. So you don't always go straight, you have to go around the building, sometimes you have to enter the building, go inside, go outside to go on top of it. So all this brings also a variety in the micro gameplay, in what you do like more minute-wise rather than 10 minute or 20 minute wise, I would say. So no, I think it's pretty cool on that. It's pretty nice. Sometimes yes, it is the plan, but you have we have like different cities. You have Florence, you have Venice, you have San Gimignano in Tuscany. I don't know if you played that today. You also have like Forlì in Romagna, just before Venice. You see, for example, like San Gimignano is completely different from the others. Like Venice is very high building with water, so the gameplay and missions are going to be different. Obviously, if you fall from there, you have more damage, to you. So it's later in the game you take more risk. Like in San Gimigliano, you have those towers, but all the city is quite low height, closer to what you had like in AC1. So very easy to go on top of the buildings and to go very straight. But you also have, to when you so we had this variety for sure from one city to another, and also we worked on signs to make you aware of what are your opportunities in the game when you're free running. So if you see those white sheets and boxes and stuff like that, this is a sign that tells you use that to go very fast on the rooftops. So if you see like a white sheet on the box, you go there. The free run path should be straightforward, not that long, and allows you to be very close from the rooftops. So we tried to add more variety on those free run paths, to have sometimes some free run paths that are very long. You can free run forever in the city. Some paths are like that, and it's pretty fun for players who want to do that. And you also have achievements related to that, but you also have the ability to go quickly on rooftops if you start to learn the game and to learn the mechanics of the game.
Those were hard city to make, actually, because you've got, on one hand, visually cities that are known by everybody, and everybody has a specific image of Venice and Florence. The light is very specific, and you have to recreate that as well. Those cities were very rich in terms of monuments, and we have much more monuments than what we had in AC1, and that's hard to do. That's a lot of work. And also, you were talking about gameplay, and you're right. The free run had to be adapted to those cities. So, if, for instance, the climbing had to be faster because the buildings are taller, and if you don't want, gamer to spend the time just climbing, you had to make it faster. So we adapted some of the character behavior to those cities, and in the end, I think it really works. I think you really. I was showing the game to Italian journalists 2 weeks ago. It was a pretty emotional moment. And the feedback we had was great. Like, it really feels like Florence. It feels like Venezia.
I mean, I'm not sure that we have actually, released every single city that there is. But yeah, we have Tuscany as a region in which there is the town of San Gimigliano, and you also have Venice, and you also have Florence, and many other things. But those are, you'll have to play the game. Seeing as we don't have a kingdom, we don't have that huge need for an extensive traveling system of sorts. One of the ways that we made sure that we could actually go from one town to another without passing through another one is by enabling fast travel sections where you pay some sort of money. It could be like 100 florins, for example, when you're in Florence, and go from Florence directly to Venezia. But the very first time you will get to Venezia, you'll have to travel through Tuscany because obviously it's in between those two towns.
I think today it will be possible, just to look at internet resources and make the cities based on that. But as we wanted to get the real atmosphere, we actually went to Venice with the team, went to Florence, went to Rome, spent time there, captured a lot of pictures, photos, sounds. And we also worked with historians from the place and here in North America to make sure that we've got the events right, we've got the architecture right, we've got the script right, even the way people talk. And in the end, it's this work with historians that helps us, to be very accurate, and also going there help us to have the real atmosphere.
Well, whereas in the first game you would see basically some civilians that didn't have many interactions between each other and really didn't react all that much to Altair being here. Sorry, Ezio this time around can actually see that the cities of Florence and Venice and the entire cities of Italy are just vibrant with colors, with different trades being organized. Like the introduction to Venice shows you the different fishermen here that are here to sell the fish, obviously. At the same time as there are courtesans actually waiting for the fishermen to come back and maybe grab a coin or something. And then you have some painters in the streets just fixing buildings or things like that. Then you go out into the regions of Tuscany and you see someone working on the fields or attending to some horse that's there. So many different ways, really many different ways.